Wow. AJ, what's going on, dude?
Man, how are you? I appreciate you having me on.
I'm good. I'm good. Like we were talking about before, like if I was going to be anywhere at the end of the world, here I am. This is exactly what I'll be doing. I'll be recording podcasts, talking with people from around the world, and highlighting and shining a light on some incredible people doing some amazing things. So
I love that. I
here
love that.
I
You
am.
said it best. You said it best. Let's do it.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic, man. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot in common. I mean, both college basketball players. Both still, I don't even think we can shake the game of basketball off of us. No matter how we try, we're somehow connected or doing something
Yep. Yep.
affiliated with the game of basketball. But I wanted to jump right into you real quick. I know you would probably give a way better detailed example of where you are, where you've come from, where you've been, and then we'll dive right into your, all your past, your basketball, your hooping, what you're
Yeah.
doing.
So my name's AJ Rompza, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. I'm 30 years old. I've obviously just moved to, not obviously, but I just moved to LA last year. And kind of like you said, basketball's been a part of me since the age of 3. Started playing basketball literally at the age of 3, used it for balance. And then really just fell in love with the game. My brother, who's 10 years older than me, got me involved in it. Always played with him and his friends at the YMCA, at the parks, or at least tried to. Never had that opportunity and never got that chance. Everyone was always like, hey, you're too small. You should probably play something else, do something else. Even my dad was like, hey, maybe play baseball, do something that you can play with your height. But when you have a passion, when you love something so much, and like basketball, I loved it. But it was also the fact that nobody believed in me. And that was really something else that fueled me, was like, how can people tell me, hey, you can't do something? I was so lost. And even at a young age, I was like, I'm not going to accept that. Why not? I'm just going to keep working at it, keep becoming better at it every single day. And it led me to Whitney Young High School, which is one of the top high schools in the country, not only for athletics, but also for academics. And then it led me to a Division I scholarship to the University of Central Florida. I played overseas. And now we're here, and we can get into all that. I was going to kind of just like a brief little quick summary. Otherwise, I'll probably waste the whole 45 minutes talking about that. But yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Because both short white basketball players, to put it too. Like, everybody, it wasn't that like people didn't love us, but they were just like, hey, listen, we care, we love you so much. We want to make sure you're not going to get hurt. You're not going to be looked down upon. It's really tough. We don't want to do this, but it's like, that's just the thing that fired us up and kept us going. It was, but again, it never came from a bad place, and that's we always got to look back on it. Everybody else who might think people don't want them to succeed, it comes from a good place. It
Yeah.
probably doesn't come from a place of negativity. It's just people love you and care for you. So if you still got that in your corner, that's a
Yep.
great thing. But if you can use it for that fuel, like
Yep.
you did, I know I
Yep.
was able to do that. I mean, there's no telling where you can get to.
No, so true. That's so true. Use everything for a positive. When you change that attitude, if someone's saying something, you let that fuel you. Like you said, I love it. That's so perfect in everyday life, not even just sports.
And you were class of 2008 coming out of high school?
Yep, I graduated 2008 from high school.
Perfect. We're the same class. Perfect. Same class, same everything. And who were you getting recruited by? I know you went to UCF, but who'd you was looking at?
So it was pretty crazy. Obviously, I grew up in Chicago, which is, I mean, basketball that's what we love. We got the most pros, I think. I don't know, that was back when I played, but I don't know if that still stands. But I mean, Chicago's all basketball, man. We love it. And growing up with guys like Derrick Rose and Patrick Beverly and Sharon Collins and Amon Shumpert, and playing against these guys every single day, it was like I had to come back better than I was yesterday, and I never gave up. I never had that attitude that I was just going to quit because I kept getting beat. So I think going to a school like Whitney Young and being able to thrive there and finding an opportunity to really separate myself and really follow through with basketball and continue to really start doing what I love and let people know that, hey, I'm for real with this.
No, completely. I mean, I don't say I take it for granted, but I finally get to sit back and reflect just on all the incredible hoopers, I got to play with. I went to high school with Brandon Knight, and got to play in the backcourt with him. So every day in practice was like one-on-one with that guy. And then in college, getting to go to Syracuse, the Deion Waiters, the Michael Carter Williams, like it was like, when you get to look back and reflect all those guys, it's like, whoa, like, But again, I think that's the toughest part for after sports we'll get into is just how do you take that and take that into a positive? How do you make that something for your whatever your future endeavors are going to be? Because a lot of guys have a real hard time, figuring out that life after sports.
That was the hardest thing I dealt with.
how do I take that massive, I wouldn't say it was a void, it was the thing that filled you up so much. And now the jelly that consisted of who you are is just gone, or it needs to be recycled into something else. And it's like,
No,
where does it go? How do guys do it? How do you do it? And like, I know you motivate and speak to a lot of people. What's like your biggest tool to get them
that
off?
was, I mean, are you saying that struggle of not playing or after college of figuring out what you're doing next? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, after
I think
college or you finish playing sports.
that was the biggest thing for me. What I'm doing now, while I'm able to sit here and talk to you and motivate people all throughout the world, was because I was in such a dark spot after I graduated college. I got suspended my first 15 games my senior season, most important season of all. Then I break my foot in my first professional workout. I had 8 other workouts lined up. So I moved back home with my mom, and for the first time, I never had basketball since the age of 3, really. I mean, I've been hurt in a couple of days, like this and that, but like to break my foot and be back and not have like, okay, I have a season that I'm coming back to. I just graduated college, so it's like I was gonna have to restart basically my whole life over, get back to getting or showing, hey, everyone, I can still play basketball. But I think at that point in time, I was in such a dark spot. I was like, hey, when I get out of this spot, because I know I'll get out of here, I want to help as many people as I can. I want to encourage as many people as I can, because people are going to go through similar stuff that I did. People are going to have those same feelings. People are going to, you did something. I did something for 20 something years. To not have it just like this, to think you're going to play it till you're 80 years old and then it's gone like that. People don't realize that. People don't talk about that. People didn't tell me. I'm not saying that I'm upset, but I want to be that person that tells people, hey, listen, if you don't make it in basketball, you'll still be able to do a really cool brand. You'll still be able to be a world-renowned trainer. You'll still be able to go whatever it is. It doesn't have to be with basketball, but basketball could still be a part of you. Basketball, I'm not playing, but I'm having an impact on people all over the world, a better impact than rather when I played. I'm 30 years old. I could still play overseas. People say all the time, dude, you post all these videos. Why don't you go play overseas? Why? I can. I just don't want. My fulfillment is to help other people. I could go play and do awesome things by myself. I love it. That's cool. I did that though. I did that at a really high level. I thought that I achieved a lot. My passion now, my why every day I wake up is to help other people, whether it's in basketball, whether it's lose weight, whether it's chase a dream, a goal, whatever it is. That's my reasoning. And if I can do that every single day with multiple people, I'm going to pick that over basketball. And that's just my thing. And I think that to go off of, to keep it really simple, I know I keep it long always, but just, you got to keep going. You got to find something that you're passionate about. You got to find something that it's not going to take over that, because you don't want it to take that void, because then it's just going to fill it for a little bit. You got to find something that you're going to fall back in love with, that you don't mind working at. And I think that it wasn't that I really had to start over. I had to apply everything that I was successful at in basketball into everyday life. I had to lose my ego, because I realized there's 8 billion people in the world. I'm not a basketball player anymore. No one cares. It's how I treated people before that. Luckily, I was a good person. But it's about being a leader. It's about treating people how I want to be treated. It's about bringing my energy every day. It's my work ethic every day. All the stuff that I was really good at in basketball. I couldn't
Right?
control when my shot went in every day, but I can control being a good leader, being a good teammate to my, you know what I mean? Being coachable. All that stuff is controllable. So I was thinking that same thing when I was like, man, I got to figure this out. It's like, not really. You got all the tools. Now you just got to figure it out. When I started basketball the first 3 years, I was horrible at it. I sucked. I could barely dribble. I was falling over. It's the same thing in business. I thought, oh man, I've been alive. I'm 20 something now. I should know all this stuff. I didn't know anything. I played basketball for 20 something years. So it's a matter of just keep going. Just don't ever give up. Don't ever get down. Don't ever get in that dark spot. I mean, you're going to get there, but don't ever just stay there. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep fighting, and you got to find something that's going to wake you up every single day.
I mean, well said. I mean, for me, it was the empathy I got to develop, like, where you didn't have that job or career anymore. And just thinking about all those people who lose their jobs or lose their homes
Yep.
and it's just like, oh man. But again, it comes back towards like the evolutionary biology side. Like, listen, eat or be eaten. You better find a new job, or you better get up, be ready to fail, be hungry to fail, and get knocked down. Because if you're not hungry, you don't enjoy getting knocked down, and then you enjoy that next 2 steps up even more. Then
I love you. I love hearing you say that, because that's something I drive on. Like, it's not, I don't even like using the word failure, but I like saying learn and this and that. But it's like,
Mm.
for me, I know because I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to get to it. Like people are like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. Then they see where I'm at 5 months and then 7 months. And they're like, what the heck? They're like, this dude's really like sticking to what he's saying, because it's that mentality. When I want something, when I see something, I won't stop until I get it. And I think it's just that same mentality that I had in basketball. It's like, you're not going to tell me what I can't do. Same thing in business world. How come you can't tell me? Just because I haven't been in it super long, and like I'm still learning and growing, and just like in my basketball, I missed a bunch of shots when I started out. I still missed a bunch of shots, but I keep coming back. I keep coming back to make more shots. Just like I'm going to keep coming back for different business stuff. I'm going to keep learning. That's what it's about.
You don't miss any shots. Your Instagram just looks perfect. I haven't seen you miss a shot ever.
You guys, it's funny on some of the stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, and like to get off topic a little bit, but it's like when I started the Instagram thing, I started with that, like tricks, and people are like, dude, you're not making these, like it's all edited. So then I had to start putting my college tapes into it, like my highlights, and then people were like, oh, like you're really, and then it was like, yo, can I get tips, and then this and that, and I was like, man, I want to inspire the world. Like that was always a goal of mine with basketball. Yeah, I'm not playing anymore, but I feel like still with all this stuff and the trick shots and the clips of college and maybe the encouragement and the stuff that earned scholarships, like I could have an impact on these kids. Like I could be something that no one, not saying in a bad way, again, just I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have someone that's told me, hey, this is what this is what you could do to earn a scholarship. You could do these things. This is how you got to work, like different stuff to ask questions so that I can get you to your goals, or I could get you to your dreams quicker by telling you through my failures, or by telling you what got me to that point in my life, what success stuff. You know what I mean?
Dude, absolutely. I mean, I had the Michael Jordan VHS tapes growing up. Michael Jordan, come fly with me.
Come fly with me. Come on. Are you kidding me? I went in the backyard till 3 a.m.
Those are the things I somehow picked up. Like, okay, this guy will just do whatever it takes to win. He'll beat his roommate Monopoly. That was a legendary story. And like, okay, I just gotta want to win as much as this guy did. And like you said, we're willing to be able to get hit and beat up and beat down. Like, oh no, that's okay. I love this stuff. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be the best at this one day. I'm gonna keep going at it.
You just said it, literally.
But people got to be able to take the step out the door. If they're able to just take the step and just, not be worried to, like you said, not failure, but to learn a lesson, like that's what it's about.
And I tell people all the time, man, because I was that person, and you just can't be afraid to take that step, because that first step is going to lead to something really good. That second step is going to lead to something even better, and you're going to keep getting better. You're going to keep learning more. But just sometimes people psych themselves out with that first step and thinking, you know what? I don't think I could do it. It's hard. You already put negative vibes out there. You already put negative energy saying that you can't do it.
Where do you think, or why do you think that first thought's always negative for everybody, for majority of people?
I think because the majority of the world is just worried about what everyone else is thinking. The majority of the world's worried to fail. The majority of the world doesn't want to step out of their comfort zone because they just want to be comfortable. They don't want to do extraordinary things. They don't want to be out there. They don't want people to talk about them. They don't want people to laugh at them. They don't want people to tell them they can't do it. They kind of just want to do enough to get by. Let me do enough just to get by. I'll be happy. I'll have a good life. That's why there's not a lot, you know what I mean? Big things, it's hard to do because you got to put yourself in a vulnerable position. I had to be able to inspire a bunch of people, and I'm still doing it. I had to be vulnerable. I had to tell people, hey, this is how I failed. This is what I went through. I've cried. I've lost. I've gone through this. I've lost a bunch of friends. I have to tell that so people understand, like, that's real life. You got to go through that stuff.
No, completely. I think that's my biggest blunder. Just the not looking at vulnerability as strength, but still looking at it as a weakness. Like just being too big of a tough guy. It's just so hard to push that down because at the same time, like that's where the anxiety comes from, running straight to that negative thought, running right away and to go towards the fear rather than just, okay, yeah, that's the thought. And I think that's one of the big things, is, it becomes much more popular these days, but like, the meditation, just the understanding of, your thoughts are thoughts. You're not necessarily there. They're not necessarily dead, but they're there. You got to be present with it. You got to find a way to just take it and push it on because that massively can just reflect in a negative way. And I think it's so much harder for kids these days because, there's just so much more. Like, oh, I can do 10 things. Why do I get caught doing this? I can be doing 10 things at the same time and I'm able to process all of it, but it's like, I'm not.
No, seriously. Yep. You just said it. You gotta be careful. You gotta be aware of that. You gotta know that.
Where overseas did you play?
So I went to Venezuela to play. I don't know if you know. Do you know baseball at all or no?
Baseball.
Like just baseball in general. Are you a baseball fan or
Yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah.
So I went to Venezuela. Ozzie Guillen, who coached the White Sox, he is from Venezuela. I went over there. I stayed at the house. It was like my first. It was my first contract after I broke my foot. One of the most dangerous countries at the time. Obviously now still, but I was just like, man, I'm out of college. My foot just healed. I want to just get started again. I want to get playing. And went over there and literally it was probably the craziest thing I've ever like just I had to have security everywhere I went. If I want to go get a Gatorade, I'd have to have 3 security guards go with me. It was an incredible experience for me. I learned a lot. I went over there for a short amount of time. Some things happened, not good obviously, but I learned a lot. And then I came back to Chicago. My brother was going through a really, really tough time. My dad was really sick. And I was just getting started with basketball back again professionally. And we have some family businesses. I wanted to help them. They were going through a really, really tough time, and I wanted to sacrifice. I realized that basketball is obviously my goal. Basketball is a huge dream. It's been a part of me forever, but family's more important. And sometimes you got to take that sacrifice. Sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do, but it's for the bigger picture. And I was able to do that. And I did it for about 5 years, just until this last year. Moving out here, I got back to doing what I love. I said I wanted to inspire people. I want to motivate people. I wrote my book, Against All Odds. I want to do more public speaking with that. I want to talk to middle schools, high schools, colleges. I want to do the basketball training. I want to do camps all over the world. I wanted to get back to it. Not so much playing. I enjoy playing. I love it, but I wanted to have a bigger impact. I want to inspire more people. I wanted to do more. And that was just getting back to doing what I love. So my brother and my dad, everything was good. I wanted to do more. I was comfortable. I got comfortable. I stopped playing basketball. It was cool. Everything was great. And then I was just, what I mean? I probably put on 20 pounds, just wasn't in a good position and just kind of lost everything, the stuff that I was always focused on, the basketball, the health, the stuff that got me to where I am. And I wanted to get back to that. So it was important to really get uncomfortable. And I said I wanted to grow as a man. So what do? You go somewhere you've never been before. You go meet a bunch of new people. And I think that's what really helped me grow. You go through those times of loneliness, sadness. Am I doing the right thing? Oh my gosh, I'm crazy. But those are the times that you really grow. Those are the times that you really, as me, I became stronger as a man, as a person, as an individual. Mentally, I'm the strongest I've ever been. But those are the times that people don't want to go through. Those are the times that people don't like to fight through because I'd rather stay comfortable. I'd rather just be right here. You know what I mean?
Well, especially out here. I mean, it's so hard not to live comfortable out here. I mean, it just is. I mean, I'm from Florida, and I mean, Fort Lauderdale, it's beautiful, but out here, man, it's just people ask me I don't know if I'm ever gonna leave here. I was supposed to go do this shoot for my whole show. I drove a bus through South America back in 2016, so we drove it all the way down to Chile, shooting shows and stuff. So I know got a taste of South America, not Venezuela. We didn't make it there.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, man, it's so beautiful out here. I mean, the culture, the people. I mean, the blends of all the cultures and people. It's amazing. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think is your biggest is people's biggest misconception of playing ball overseas?
Good or bad?
Both, man, both. I mean, I've had my own experiences, so
I think it's like anything. I think it's it's a whole different world. It's a whole different culture. It's a whole different language sometimes.
yeah.
I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's a time for growth. It's a time that you can take to not only grow as a person, but to learn a new culture, learn a new language, do something new, have an impact in a whole nother country. You know what I mean? I think that you got to take, like you said, you got to take the good with the bad. Oh, you can't really do anything. You're locked in. You know what I mean? This and that. That's how some people feel, and you can't do anything. It's all different. But I think if you take the good with the bad, I think it's that if you're like you obviously know, if you're with that team, that's not forever. You want to keep getting better. You want to go to different places. You want to travel. So just remember that's part of the journey. Just because you're at that one point, that may not be the best point. You may not be super happy. Still take that on. And that goes back to what we said about this whole coronavirus thing and still taking advantage of it, still being able to read and grow as a person, still work out and take that time that maybe you wanted to have to yourself. Now you got that time. You know what I mean? So take advantage of it. We got choices every day. You wake up, you can sleep all day, eat bad, or you can work out, get your stuff in, read, write your goals down, make sure you're working out for a little bit, doing the stuff that You know what I mean? It's hard to do on an everyday basis when you're locked in like this.
The interesting thing is the phrase "I have no time" or "I'm too busy" like doesn't exist anymore.
We got all the time in the world. Oh, phone calls. Where are you at? Uh,
That's the
let's
best
play
part.
a little bit.
I'm at home.
You got to answer.
No, 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 no. You're just nothing. No answer at all. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm on
Text
call
me.
right now.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, man. I think for overseas ball, people they think it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. They don't understand, like I said, living in the United States, how much more of an ease there is to go to a store and know that there's something there, or not have rocket attacks someday. I lived in Israel. I went there first to play ball. It's like to worry about a rocket attack. I mean, hear a loud noise or bang outside. I'm just like, I hit the deck. Like, what's
Crazy.
happening?
No.
Or they
Yep.
think the business side. The business side is never as easy as it's ever written out to be, especially overseas.
We'll send you the money. Don't worry. It'll be there. Don't worry. You're 6 months later. You're like, hey, is the money going to come? Yep, it's coming. Don't worry. You're like, what the heck is going on here?
I just became a citizen of your country. Like,
Right.
but I'm cut within 3 days. I just moved here. I moved my life. I plan on living here
Too
for 10
funny.
years.
I literally just got on the flight, flew in. You guys already sending me back home. Like, what's going on? I can't believe it.
But I mean, again, positive lesson to take out of it was just like, the business side. Like, listen, although you have an agent, although you have a manager, like, I mean, you
Does not
have to be able to take care and listen, protect yourself, because, no one is going to protect yourself more than you are going to protect you. And if you have someone that's going to look after you as well as you can or better than you can, you better keep those people. They're usually your moms. So if your mom's a person,
I'd say my mom's my best friend. So, yep, you got to keep the moms close. They'll always tell you the best. Like, they know in their gut.
and no one's ever going to be a bigger fan of you than you are. I mean, they're going to ride or die for you no matter what
That's so
shit you
true.
put out.
That's so true.
They got your back. Oh, man. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. I know you're listening too. I know.
Right. They watch and listen to everything. They know.
1,000%. But so what are you doing now with the basketball training and the motivational speaking? Or even better yet, I mean, please tell me more about your book. I couldn't get it on Amazon, by the way. Is it a direct order through the site?
So it's a direct order to the site, Rompza.com. Still working. Like I said, I did it when I first moved out here. And still, like, it's like anything, getting situated, started business, started the training stuff, and all around, getting adjusted. Like anything, excuses. But I got to get on it even more so that I want to go into the school year. Obviously, this summer, do it right. Go into the school year, hopefully get a bunch of speaking engagements with different middle schools or high schools or even colleges. I want to do it on a high level and maybe get some other athletes and do some college speaking tours and talk about the stuff that no one really talks about, the after school or the after you're done playing, you know what I mean? Whether it's basketball, whether it's any sport. Because I think that, we get stuck in thinking that we're going to play for the rest of our lives.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
but I wanted to put that book together. It was something that it took forever. And it's something I had no clue until I moved out here, where most people just have people like write books. So it's something I like had my writings and like I was doing it for like 12 years and I like stopped and redid it. And I wonder, like, I was like, hey, I'm not going to do it. Then I like had more thoughts and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And then finally I was just like, I'm just going to print out how to do it. Like, it's not perfect. Obviously nothing is. It's my first one. I'll redo it. I had someone help edit it, but I just wanted to kind of tell my story of what I went through and to encourage people and to motivate people. And kind of like what we talked about. Yeah, not everybody believed in me. I believed in myself. I believed in my work ethic. I believed in showing up every day and not giving up even when it got really hard. And so I love the speaking. I'm not great at it. I haven't done it for a long time, but it's like anything. I'll get better as I go, but I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it. I want people to hear my words so I can hopefully push them to do something or make them feel motivated to get in shape or whatever the heck it is. I just want to have an impact. I want to be a blessing to people. And the book was for that. And besides the basketball training, I just want, like I said, I want to have an everyday impact, whether it is through basketball training, whether it is through, helping people lose weight, whether it's going after goals, whether it's just literally anything.
I think you hit the nail on the head. You don't need anybody else to believe in you.
No,
It's great
no,
if you do. It's all you have to do is believe in it. That's
all of you.
That's it.
And guess what? The ones that don't believe in you, they're gonna be like, man, I believed in you when you make it. They know. They're not gonna. When you make it, everybody, man, I knew you were gonna make it. You're incredible. That's life. That's why you got to keep going. Oh, I can't do it. Awesome, thank you. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to be around the people that encourage me. Hey, you can do it. Hey, let me know how this is going. If you need any help, let me know. That's the people I'm surrounded with. That's the people I want to be around with. I don't want people telling me what I can't do and, hey, that's too hard. I want people to be like, man, go bigger. I think you can even do something bigger than that, AJ. Like, that's the people I want. I don't want to have there is no cap on our dreams, on our goals. You know what I mean? It's only as big as you can think. Some people think, oh, this is really big. To somebody else, that's nothing. It's how much you can imagine, how much you're willing to work for it and sacrifice on an everyday basis to become great, to become what you want to be. And it's an everyday thing. People think, oh, once I get here, I don't have to work hard. Like, once I make it here, I'm good. No, you got to work even harder because everybody's coming after you. Then you get here, guess what? More people are coming after you. It's a levels, more levels, more levels. There's no such thing as stop working. When?
It doesn't end, unfortunately. But then again, that's, the whole point of, I think, the biggest thing missing. And I think it's one of the negative side effects of capitalism itself. It's just like there never is an end to
Yep.
where we want to grow to, and never end where we want to be. So then
Yep.
again, our ego is only filled, and the existence of whoever we are never actually gets to enjoy this just continuous feeling of life. Just being here, feeling pain, anguish. We don't get to feel that because we, are in this everlasting pursuit to outdo the next person. So I think, and again, I'm not doubting that at all, because I know the fight. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep going, but you got to find a way to love yourself and love what you're doing
every day. Yeah, you're so true, so right.
Oh, amazing. Where do we go to with that? We jumped on to 12 different things right there. But
I'll throw you off. I skip questions. I answer questions. Maybe you asked in the beginning. I throw everybody off. I apologize.
No, that's great. This is the show. I mean, I've done 3-hour shows. I mean, sometimes if I get people, we do them in person, like you see at the studio now, like it's
No, we're doing that next time. We're doing the bus. I'm in for that.
I plan on building out the bus and building the studio out in there. That's when it's officially the bus driver experience. I'm
in.
Yeah, I'm excited for when this is all over, man. I have so many, I think not just myself, but everybody just, we look at all the things we took for granted. And, the crazy bus trip we did to Chicago for the All-Star game and back, I think I worked like 40 hours straight just in those 2 weeks, getting the bus there, shooting stuff, getting stuff ready with Venice and the hoop bus. But, looking back on it now, like it was like a Kobe pilgrimage tour.
I mean,
we did it.
I think with everything, I think with the, rest in peace, obviously, Kobe Bryant. I think with that, I think with, obviously everything that's going on now, I think it's a state of gratitude every single day. Tomorrow's not promised. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Stop worrying about it. Stop stressing about it. Stop trying to figure it out. When it comes, it comes. And I think we got to take every day on as if it's a gift. And I tell people every single day, people think I'm crazy. Like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm incredible. I woke up today. They laugh like, oh, that's funny. But you don't think about it. There's thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that don't get that opportunity to wake up every single day. And we get that. And we can do anything that we want. As long as we wake up, we can go do it. We can go through our challenges. We can go after our dreams. We could go after our goals. Once we're not alive, that's when we can't worry anymore. That's when we can't do any of the stuff that we want to do. So each day you gotta take it on as if it's a gift, and don't look at it as if, oh man, this is horrible, because people all over the world didn't get that opportunity to take that first breath. And then when I wake up, I mean, me personally, people should do it all the time, but it's a state of gratitude. Waking up, thank you for letting me breathe. Thank you for my health. Thank you for letting me eat. Thank you for letting me, you know what I mean? Just all that different stuff that on an everyday basis, we have that, and people take it for granted. For why? There's people all over the world that don't have clean water, that don't have even food, let alone you have a car and a house and a bed, and you have money, and you can walk, and shoes and clothes. When you start thinking like that, when you put yourself in a state of gratitude like that, I think it just puts you. You can't have a bad day, because it's like, how do I have a bad day? And then it just seems as if more blessings come to you because you're grateful, not for the little stuff, because it's not the little stuff that makes up the big stuff. But when you're grateful for the stuff that you do have, more things tend to come your way.
Completely. I think, like you mentioned, I hope, because I've, at least I mean, as an individual, know this, and I'm really, really pushing for this, that we really have just a real complete shift in the value system we have. We're looking at people who are, we call them essential workers now. These people who are doing these jobs every single day. They were already doing these things. We needed these people. And then when the time came, they were like soldiers. They were there. They were there to fight and do the things we needed them most necessary to do. So,
Yes.
I just hope we look at people like that. And those are the people we want to look forward to and give praise to. Those people, they've been there. And now people are just recognizing them. And I know you mentioned the gratitude and you're waking up every day and trying to do, uh, appreciation and gratitude towards stuff. Do you do any other things, whether it's meditation, any writing exercises?
First thing I usually do, I used to meditate a lot. It's like anything, you got to get back on it. And I'm just being honest with you. It's something I got to do. It's like,
It's a practice.
it is. And when I first got out here, it's something I was really into, where I take 10, 15 minutes, just meditate, plan my whole day. Not saying that I don't do it, but when I first wake up, I'll read a book. I don't touch my phone. I really focus on not touching my phone. Once you touch it, you're replying, you're already in defense mode. You got to answer
You're
texts.
fucked.
Don't touch your phone. I always start reading. I'll make myself coffee, whatever, get my, get my mind right. If I write 20 things down that I'm grateful for every day, if I write down what I got planned, I'll read for 20 minutes or 20 pages, whatever it is. I'll really get my mind in that to take over that day, to be ready. So I'm set. I'm not running out the house like I used to. I didn't realize how important it is to be planned, to be mentally ready every single day, not just grabbing your stuff and running out the house. And then now you're all over and you're running around. No, because the world's already crazy enough. You got to mentally prepare yourself to go through, to go through that toughness, to be prepared to take on different stuff, to go through those moments of whatever the life brings, those challenges. So I like to prepare myself mentally every single day.
No, completely. I mean, we can jump through the hoops, no problem. Like, we've done it before. We can be crazy, but we're never our best. We're only our best when you actually take that moment. And again, that's just the discipline. That's like making your bed. That's like saying, okay, I'm going to tie my shoes before I get out of the house.
Yep.
If you do that, you're more prepared, you're more ready.
Yep.
And again, it sounds so simple, and everybody's like, oh, damn it, I heard this before. Like, you're not telling me things like, but we got to be reminded, and you just
Do it.
keep doing it.
I'd say do one simple thing. If you make your bed before you leave for school every single day, before you leave for your job, the house, whatever it is, you'll already feel better. If your room's a mess, your mind's gonna be a mess. If your car's a mess, your mental's gonna be a mess. You gotta have your surroundings. I didn't realize that till later on. I realized everything's so important about this. This is all up here. You can't function on a high level. You can't function. You can't do big things if you're not mentally strong up here. People don't get it. I'm not 5'8" and was able to earn a Division I scholarship and start all 4 years at a major college because I was really good at basketball. My mental was so much stronger because I trained harder than everybody else. I knew that if I just kept going, no one who was going to stop me. Not like in a cocky way, but I didn't care how tall you were. I was going to outwork you. I was going to keep working until you couldn't go anymore. If you ask anybody, I was the hardest. You ask guys 15 years ago, oh, that dude, AJ is the hardest working dude I ever met. I pride myself on being the hardest working guy at any gym I've ever gone to in my life, whether it was a workout with a friend, it didn't matter. I pride myself, man, relax, we're just having some fun. It was my life. It still is my life, but when I was playing basketball, it was my life. If you're out here playing one-on-one, to me, I'm getting better. I'm going at you as hard as I can. It doesn't matter. I don't take it easy.
Well, you remember we had the Sen outfits on. I was like, I'm not going to go slow on this guy. I mean, I got to go get a bucket on him. I don't care. Like, it's a problem too. I'll go to
what it is.
The pub around the corner.
That mentality.
I'm not going to go slow. Like, I'm yelling at some kid, hey, make sure you talk. Drop back on that backside there. Help.
Hey, move out.
I mean, I sound like I'm talking trash to people. It's like the fiery trash, Like,
I love it.
Yeah, let's go.
No, I love it.
You guys, get off the court. You're not good. Just get out of here. Get out. You can't play with us, man. Don't come back.
See you later.
In the real time, though, I'm just trying to get a better game. That's all.
That's all we ever wanted.
So I didn't know that you started all 4 years. How was it playing at UCF? And how was it? I know you had some big buckets too. Like that was your big things. You had some major buckets, game-winning shots.
A couple of them, man. It was incredible. It was probably the best 4 years of my life. I'll be honest with you. I talk to people all the time about college and that experience, but I think just going there and really stepping out of my comfort zone again and leaving my family. I'm the baby of 5, so leaving my brothers and my sisters and my mom and my dad and just all my friends and everybody, going to UCF, to a place I've never been before, going to Orlando. Like I didn't know anybody. But doing that, realizing I'm going after my dreams, my goals of playing basketball, I won't stop. So, stepping on campus, it was so funny that everybody, you know, like, oh, they see me at the basketball. Oh, are you the new manager? And I'm like, no, like, I'm the new point guard. They're like, oh,
Oh, don't get me started.
dude. So you
Oh,
know
so
what?
what do you do? What do you do here? It's like,
I mean, it's like it was for me. I was like, please let the games just start. And in the summer, I went to obviously summer school just to get a head start on classes. But I'd go to the gym till like 4:30 in the morning. Like I was like, listen, I already work really, really hard, but like now you guys just even motivate even more. UCF has 60,000 students,
I was gonna say, do you know any of my friends? I was like, I'm not even gonna drop
which a
names because like
lot of people,
it's such a big school.
a lot of people don't even know. And then I think the biggest thing I don't like, obviously I tell the kids, and when I talk to people, like having major records of being top 20 in the country in assists and steals, like that stuff's cool for me. But I think leading UCF to the first basketball ranking in school history, to me, that's something that I pride myself on because we did as a team, we did as a unit, we did, you know what I mean? Something that's so much bigger than me that we'll remember for the rest of our lives. We'll remember doing that for our junior season. I think that's really leaving an impact, leaving a legacy, leaving something better than you found it. I'll remember the stuff that I did my entire life, right? I could tell people cool, this and that, but that stuff people remember, fans remember, families remember, kids remember, that even still hit me up to this day. Like, oh my gosh, I remember watching you at the UCF games. Like that stuff, you could never put a price on it. You can never replace it. And that's why I tell people, not so much just with college, but high school, go leave a legacy, go back and bring your kids and show them your last name on a banner that will be there for forever. I think that's the stuff that people forget. It's not so much, oh, I got to score 40 points. I got to do this. That's really cool for you. People don't remember that.
And that's the biggest part. We don't realize the impact we leave. And I remember I had a kid message me this week, Mr. Reese. You know, on an Instagram message.
Man,
I'm like,
you're like, oh gosh.
yeah, he wanted me to get an autograph for me and one of the other players, Scoop Jardine, who lives out here. And
Yeah.
so I got it for him. And this kid's just, you know, yeah, kids sent me a hard out message, you know, about me watching me and like, hey, feel good, this signature for me, and can you sign it too? And it was like, just, of course.
I love it.
I'll run all the way down to Santa Monica, throw Scoop a t-shirt over a fence, get it signed, throw it back. But even like the first time I got my autograph asked for, like it was just like some kid wearing a number 24 shirt, you know, and there's no other orange shirt 24 up there. You're like, can you sign this for me? I'm like, me? What?
For sure. You like look back. Okay. Yeah. You are talking to me. Okay. I got you.
It's 30 degrees out here outside the dome. Like that feeling, like, you know, I'm getting even all buzzed up and high just off it.
Right.
Like
No, I'm with you. I'm with you always.
You can't look back and just like, you know, replace that. And it's not even the asking for my autograph, but the impact that this kid is just that fired up that he can relate to you. You don't know who is out there relating to you and inspired by what you do. You can't measure that. And most people don't get to confront and see that. So that's why people usually give up. So it's like, keep doing what you're doing.
Don't stop. The most successful people in the world will always tell you they didn't like what'd you do differently. They'll literally tell you, I just never gave up. That's the most successful people in the world. They will literally tell you, I just never gave up. It's not easy. You could get there. It's just consistency. It's everyday effort. It's not giving up.
So what happened senior year? How did you and why did you get suspended? And did you send all 15? Was it 15 games you said?
They like appealed it. I got like 12 games. It was still horrible.
12?
It was incredible, man. It was really, 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 really tough. It was just something with my mentor. It's something that they put on me. You could look it up. It was pretty crazy. It was with the Rick Pitino thing, and I mean there was New York Times articles. It was pretty crazy. There was a lot of stuff that went down. Me still being a young kid, not knowing much, you know what I mean? Just kind of being like defending myself, them taking my bank records, my cell phone records, my just everything. And yeah, just I think I don't want to say that my mentor took advantage of me because he helped me my entire life. Mm-hmm. And I don't speak badly about anybody, but I think when you do get adults involved, multiple adults, different adults and this and that, and you know what I mean? They see that the college game is so beneficial and there's so much money. I just watched, I think it's called, Scheme? I just finished watching Scheme, but I mean, people don't get the college basketball, man. It's crazy. So when people they don't get, oh, hey, and this is a whole nother subject about being played. I say that, like, yeah, I get it that you get a scholarship, but if these people are making hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, schools, and we're the ones performing, I'm giving you a $40,000 scholarship. I know, but you just made $1 billion. That's not, if you're going to work all that and earn that, and I'm going to give you $40,000, are you happy? No, there's got to be some type of compensation. The fact that you can't use my last name, I couldn't sell my book as a college athlete. You know how much money I would have made as a college athlete at the University of Central Florida, the most popular kid out of 60,000 students. If I was at the book thing and I said, AJ's selling a book, I would have sold every single copy. And the fact that I can't make $1, but I also can't get a job because being a Division I athlete is a full-time job. But you guys can't, I don't earn money. What do you want me to do? But then if there's a booster or somebody who donates millions of dollars to the school that wants to buy you dinner, you get suspended if they do that. You see what I'm saying?
The compliance, yeah, I totally do. You know, that's how I got all my wins taken away. My tenure at Syracuse were the most winningest program in those 4 years.
Wow.
And then with Fab Mello, everything that happened with that. Rest in peace to Fab.
That's great. I lost all the same games. All the games I played, they wiped them. That's crazy. I didn't know that with you either. Yeah. That's funny.
So I went from the most winningest player to probably the least winningest player in Syracuse's history.
That's crazy.
I still got my Big East rings though, so I love those big diamonds.
You got the jewelry. You guys can play the records, whatever you want.
You know, it's like it's unfortunate because I'm totally a proponent of some kind of compensation for these athletes because you know if you want to say the university is investing in you, well, what about your family who has invested in you in X amount of years and is still investing in you because you know you're not getting. You know, what is it, the $15, $20 we get after the game that says, okay, sign this per diem for them, you get $15, $20. Oh, yeah, and try and go get a good healthy meal at 10 o'clock at night or when you get back into town on the airplane at
and then make sure, 2, 3 in the morning. You go to class, make sure you wake up. We're going to get back around 5 a.m. Make sure you get your classes and everything in, and then we're going to get you back to tutoring, and then we'll probably watch film the night of, and we'll see how you feel. If not, we'll just go tomorrow. But people don't get that. People aren't understanding. It's like, I'm not saying, hey, give these guys millions of dollars. I'm not getting that. I get play for the love of the game. I get it. You're in college, you get that scholarship. It's different. I totally get it. But if you have something, especially now with the social media, especially now with the type of recognition these high school kids are bringing, I mean, this is huge. They got millions of followers. They got, you know what I mean? They got brands. They got this and that. These guys they could shift the culture. They always have with shoe brands and deals and stuff like that. I mean, it's powerful.
Ticket sales. I mean, the reason you're filling up seats is because who these people are bringing. I mean, it's an NFL thing. They're saying, oh, should the Redskins draft a local guy because he can fill seats? Like, well, that's the same thing with signing a kid and bringing him to your university.
And here, perfect off this, let's just be completely honest. My freshman year, Jermaine Taylor went to the Houston Rockets, #1 leading scorer in the country. Incredible. One of the best players I ever played against. What the heck were we just saying? I just totally blanked out. I was saying
getting paid, Jermaine Taylor,
compensation. So I was saying, so one of the top players, we averaged my freshman year, probably 2,000 people at the game. Marcus Jordan, obviously, comes to school. We averaged 8,000 to 10,000 basically every single home game because everybody came because, oh my gosh, if Michael Jordan comes to the game, I got to see him. I got to get that opportunity. I got to get that. You know what that did for ticket sales? He could have just said, hey, if you guys just give me 10%, that's really low, like any business would, right? Like any company would. Hey, I'm bringing you sales to this venue that you guys are putting ads on here from big-time companies, from big-time insurance stuff. I'll just give you 10%. Something like that, just something that gives it, and I'm not even just saying for that kid, but just divide it out for these people so it's not like you got to stress about, oh, my gosh, my family doesn't have money. I can't ask a booster or somebody for help or this and like, what do? You get in trouble. You either steal, you have somebody give you money. Like, what is there? What's the alternative?
It's crazy. I mean, again, the people, they want you to know your value, but then when you ask to get what you are valued at, they don't do that. And the same thing was like beer. I think Syracuse is one of 2 on-campus stadiums with beer sales, alcohol sales. So think about, we average 30,000 people.
I was going to say, we're speaking night and day difference between your campus and you guys. Like, that's we're talking top of the top, like sales of jerseys, you know what I mean? Sold out stadiums. I can't even comprehend that level with that stuff. But yeah, you see, I mean, you guys probably even more so the sponsorships and the deals and the TV, you know what I mean?
I
Come on.
talked about it with Scoop because like Scoop was the #1 jersey sale his
Yep. I
senior year,
remember. I think
and
he put something on Instagram about that a while ago. I remember seeing or something. I forget what
it
it
was on
was.
my show. It's probably
Wasn't it?
a clip from the show. He was the first
That's
guest.
so weird. Yep.
So I mean, like that's a guy, and it's like, hey, I don't want to get the same amount of money. I'm not putting people in the seats or selling the amount of jerseys, or you think about 15,000 beer sales at one night at $5 a beer. The Budweiser's giving you a free sponsorship anyways, and you guys are capping all that and cupping all that, like.
Come on, come on. I know that's what I'm saying. There's got to be something where you're not struggling. Why can't? And I get it. People say, listen, I'm getting super passionate about it, but like I get it. You get that free scholarship, but why not have? Imagine these kids get out of college and you got 100,000 saved, and you got something where you're not like, oh my God, I didn't even have like if somebody didn't even have a scholarship, like I get it. You got to pay that back, but at least has something where these people, and it's something I even like wanted to talk about with like NCA or something, like being able to have these kids talk to boosters or somebody to set them up with something after school. You're telling me these people come to our games for 4 years, they donate, they sponsor us, they give us money, they do all that stuff.
They get good seats to say they saw us play.
They sit courtside at every game, and I can't sit there. I can say what's up during a game, but more than that, I can't. But what if this guy's got a business that I really want to get into after college? How would I know? You guys won't let me talk to him. There's more to it. That's why, like, I told you I want to do more speaking, not for that fact, but there's just so much more that can be done. There's so much more that goes into it on so many levels that people don't get it. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm an NCA and I'm going to abide by these rules and say this and this. No, I'm just saying, like, there's so much stuff that can be done. And I want to partner with different people. I want to, like, find different avenues to help kids because I'm telling you, I was basically dead. After I lost basketball, when I'm laying in my mom's bed, after, like I said, I'm saying this so people can fathom and understand, like, I was the most popular kid out of 60,000 students, played basketball my whole life, and literally everything I've ever had was basketball. Now it's gone. I was dead. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a work ethic outside of basketball. I didn't know anything besides basketball from the age of 3 to 24. Basketball. If you told me, hey, AJ, go try and do, I'd be like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know how to do that.
Diversified my skill set? What? Why would I do that? I'm going to be a basketball player forever.
Well, why don't you tell these kids who are in college, hey, listen, if you don't make it, because only 1% make it, whatever it is, 0.1, it doesn't, whatever it is, you still have these opportunities. We're going to line you up with different people and this and that so that you can get ahead because we know these 4 years are different. We know that you've been playing a sport your entire life and not everyone's going to go professional. So what are you going to do after? What are we going to have set up for you? Let us at least have some money set up for you over the course of 4 years so that you don't get out struggling. You don't have a work ethic outside of your sport. You're not sure exactly what you want to do because you've been dedicated to that sport your entire life. You know what I mean? So what do? Take 2 or 3 years, you turn 26, you know what I mean? You're figuring out, you might find something when you're 35, 36. Why not already have something jump-started? Why not get them in? And for me, it's because as athletes, people don't get it. Oh, like they say it after the fact. I think like this now because I'm not an athlete anymore. Back then, I'm saying, oh, I'm going to play till I'm 50, 75 years old. I'm not going to stop. You think I'm going to stop playing basketball? Heck no. Then you break your foot. Then you got something happening. Then it's taken away and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? We got to have a backup plan. These people, they care about you in college. Don't get me wrong. They care about you in college. Why? Because you're a great player. You're bringing something to the team. You're bringing something that the fans like. You're having an impact, right? But what about after me as a basketball player? What about when I'm done, when I can't play anymore? Where are all those people that sit there and say, oh man, I was there. Yeah, you were there when I was at my highest point of playing basketball or whatever it is. Where are you at when I need that guidance or that fallback of being like, hey, what do I do now that this sport, like, I don't want to pursue this anymore or this happened. Like, what's my next outlet?
I just thought of a really crazy thing. Imagine if they invested a percentage of your scholarship, like in like some kind of fund that was able you to get as either as a loan.
Easy. We'll talk about that later. Come on. I like that. Don't give all ideas.
We got to talk about this off air.
Oh, that's why you connect with like-minded people that did similar stuff, that know, that have that same feel, because then it's like, oh wait, you just gave me an idea. Hang on, you see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to surround yourself with good people that are like-minded like you, that can encourage you, that can put, oh man, that's a really good idea. Man, that's even better. Oh, I never even thought of that till we talked about that. You see what I'm saying?
It's been
And
one of my biggest things. I can't stand like, seeing some of these guys just like have no idea what to do, don't know what to go into, or they're just, they're unsure about where to start over again because they've done one thing forever. And it's like, okay, you're ready. You're going to start at zero in podcasting. Guess what? Shit's going to suck. You get started hundreds of episodes ago, like, oh man,
I love
oh
that.
no. But it's going to get better. It's going to get better. There's no way I'm not going to learn new things and get better, bring on interesting guests, have great conversations, ask them interesting things. And that's what it's got to do. Study session in the lab. Okay. Joe Rogan, how does he podcast? Tim Ferriss. All right. I like that question right there.
That's it. You got to do your homework. And I think the biggest thing for me, honestly, and obviously I still have it just because I think we'll always have it. But when you're more conscious of it, I think when I'm really, really focused on losing my ego and realizing, I know I said it when we first talked, but realizing that I'm just a person. You know what I mean? Basketball is done with. That's why I say you got to treat people how you want to be treated. If you're done playing after, you know what I mean? Say you treat people really bad and you can't play that sport anymore. How are people going to, oh man, that dude, he was rude as hell, didn't respect anybody, talked bad to all the people, like this and that. I don't want that guy working with me. I don't want to give that guy a job. So it's the stuff that's lining you up and how you're treating people and how you're doing all the right things. But like you said, man, it's a consistency, but you got to bring it every day with it, with what we're doing.
Dude, thank you so much. I think that's a perfect way to segue it off and end the show.
Yeah,
I know it's a Friday night. I know you got a busy. You want to get out there. You're heading.
Oh, are you kidding me? All the clubs are. Oh, wait, all the clubs are closed. That's right. Oh, I was gonna go to. Oh no, we can't even go to dinner. Yeah, I'm here, bro. We're so good. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you so much, bro. Seriously, we're gonna connect, and I want to get on the hoop bus and do another podcast. Like we can do a video thing or something really, really cool. I appreciate you having me on. Seriously.
No, 1,000%. I have a big thing that we'll definitely be on the phone with.
Please.
A bunch of I can say it now. It's not confirmed yet. I'm waiting to get them delivered, but 5,000 masks that we're going to donate as the hoop bus. Drive them around. I got those, so they're non-medical ones. So I got
That's the stuff I'm talking about. That's why I love it, bro. That's like it's more than basketball. We connected more than basketball. It's something that basketball has been a part of our life. It got us here. It made us connect, but now it's our relationship and the people that we are that's going to build that relationship to even bigger things, man. So that's incredible. Seriously.
Couldn't agree more, but please plug yourself away. Let everybody who's listening to this and my audience, your audience, where they can find your book, where they can connect with you, where they can train with you.
So the Instagram is at Rompza3. That's the letter A, and then ROM as in Mary, PZA, the number 3. That's also for my TikTok as well. And then the YouTube I just started a couple months ago. Like you said, just started. It's not great. I don't have the best content. I don't have 1 billion followers, but guess what? It's getting better every single week because I'm staying consistent with the content and I'm putting it up every single week. I'm staying with the schedule. But for the YouTube is AR3 Athletics. And I think that's pretty much everything. If you guys want to get the book, go to www.rompza.com, which is just my last name. You guys will see it there. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. If there's anything I can do to keep pushing you and keep encouraging you, let me know. I'm always here for you.
Let me know where I can PayPal you or Venmo you so I can get a signed copy, man.
Man, you know,
I don't want a regular one.
Front door. I'll deliver that to the front door. You know that.
Signed copy.
I'll deliver that to the front door. I got you on that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you again, man. And thank you, everybody, for tuning into the show. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're seeing some of these clips on Instagram, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Go check out all the other shows we have and go check out all the experience content. The experience content's not there right now, but it will come once this quarantine all ends.
Come on, let's go. Let's get on it.
And if you're listening to this on the iTunes app, Spotify, whatever, hit the subscribe button. Leave us a 5-star review. If you want to leave a negative review, direct message me that review. Don't write it down. Tell me personally.
Right. Let us know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it first.
Tell me how I can make the show better for you. But
I appreciate you.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night.